Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of Alan Wake. I'm going to do something that I've been concerned about doing earlier just for fear of losing progress or whatever. I really want to start from the episodes menu here, and we are on the clicker, but I want to do this because I believe it's going to do the previously on Alan Wake, and frankly I could use the refresher. It's been a few days since our last episode, and we were only like a few seconds in, so I don't know. If this winds up being some sort of horrible mistake and costs us progress in the game or whatever, the menu is poorly designed. I don't think it will. Let's jump in here. Yes.
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up. Let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
I have it. Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Al. Al, this is not good.
That about sums it up.
Oh, I am never drinking again.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.
What, the crazy lady? Ugh, whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not gonna...
interviewed Wake.
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff, and let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here. You hear me in there, Bret Easton Ellis? Huh?
Agent Nightingale, I want to talk to your superior.
Well, we all want things, Sheriff. I wanted my... Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist. Wake, what's wrong?
Lady, are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead... Wait a minute. I know...
Okay, you were saying?
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Oh, man! We're sitting ducks with the lights out!
Nightingale tried to make sense of the manuscript. It was disjointed and strange. He didn't understand half of it, but it all rang true. Impossibly true. He took out his hip flask when he reached the page that described how he reached the page that made him take out his hip flask. It wasn't the booze that made his mind reel.
No, god damn it, no.
Stay cool. I can get the emergency power on.
Oh, thermos, yes. Okay, the way that she, like, tucks the flashlight under her arm like that, it's pretty cool. I don't know why she didn't use her other hand, but, you know, whatever.
Here are your things. Wake, what do I need to know? What do you need from me?
They can be hurt in the light, only in the light. And I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light. Check. Cynthia. She lives in the old decommissioned power plant. I can get you there pretty quickly in the rescue chopper. Come on, let's get back to your friend.
Yeah, word to the wise, even in a situation like this, don't loot all the guns and ammunition in the sheriff's office until she tells you you're allowed to. She might take it the wrong way.
Two places at once. I need your help.
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers. I need you to call them and tell them you have a message from me. Night Springs, okay? They'll know what to do.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Can you do this? You'll be safe here. The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
My hangover wants a pizza. You think there's any way I could order one, Al?
Oh, why was there... Did I miss that page before? Hold on.
Nightingale felt the situation veering out of his control, but the gun at least felt steady in his hands. He was ready to fire, resolved that he would let this happen over his dead body. And yet he hesitated. He had seen this moment before, read it in the page. He was transfixed by the déjà vu and the horror that he was a character in a story someone had written. Then the monstrous presence burst in behind him and dragged him into the night.
Hello to Fox Eyes. Okay, so I really dislike the fact that I have to exit through so many menus here in the episodes. We'll see how this goes.
Oh, hell. Whatever took Nightingale must have broken the gate controls. We can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I'll go. I'll open the gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light and cover me, Sheriff, okay?
Are you sure? Okay then, but hurry.
So, one of the things that has legitimately impressed me about this sort of plot turn in Alan Wake is that, and I'm not being sarcastic, it kind of retroactively makes all the writing good. I was really distracted by the fact that, like, all the characters are such...
I needed to reach the rooftop to get to the other side of the broken gate.
Yes. Are such, like, odd caricatures, and there's so many, like, weird plot contrivances, and, like, I wasn't sure what to make of it. But knowing now, and by the way, if you're joining us for episode 5, you know, be aware that we're pretty deep into it now, and have a fairly good sense of the plot. The fact that the... like, everything that we're seeing is the product of a story that is being sort of hastily written by someone who is kind of in this, like, nightmare fugue state and is trying to craft a narrative to hurriedly and sleeplessly save their loved one. All of a sudden, all the weird, like, badly written characters and things that make no sense, like the sheriff here giving Alan Wake a gun 5 seconds after letting him out of prison and just saying, well, I'll just wait here. I have no questions about the dark cloud that just absorbed an FBI agent. It all weirdly makes sense. By the way, this does not appear to be the correct way. Alan Wake has too much in his hands. He can't grapple up onto that. Find a way to access the rooftops. Well, there's a scissor lift right there, but like, the fact that I can't get out of here is kind of the main thing, isn't it? I just need to not have a rifle in my hands? Nope. Oh, hello to Patikan and everybody coming over. Welcome, welcome. I was watching a whole bunch of Patikan stream earlier. I love the fact that Red Dead Redemption has daily quests like that. Oh, there's a gap in the fence back here. This is probably it. Hold on. Also, hello to Diesel Jones. I feel like I don't get to see enough of Diesel Jones's streams. Oh, finally we get to pull this lever. I remember that lever. I do get to see Diesel Jones when he plays Division 2 with Tashir and Patikin, which usually happens on Sundays. And actually, on that note, while we're just sort of Super Mario sunshining this, best wishes to Tashir. My understanding is that he's feeling under the weather. He thinks he might have the flu, and God, I hope not, because I've had the flu. I had the flu exactly once. If you want my advice, and I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, don't get the flu. It's horrific. And by the way, getting like a cold at this time of year, that's not the flu. You'll know when you get the flu. And if you think you probably have it, oh God, I hope you don't. For anybody else coming over with Patikin who might not be familiar, we do variety streams here, although very, very slowly. F you, birds. Okay, I'm not sure this is going to go my way. Hold on a second. B to use.
Hey, Sheriff! Your password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Bright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never this weird, though. We need to bypass the damaged control box.
What am I, an electrician? Hold on!
That's smart.
Good job, Rick. Okay, stick this. Our first stop is the town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
Oh, hold on, Sheriff. An emergency box here, filled with batteries and flares, just the way that you would want to have on a random city street. Fox Eyes is noting that Patikin got her through the workday. I would love to be able to have on Patikin and Tashir and Sunny Panda during the workday, but right at the moment there's unfortunately too much work in the day to be able to even have it on via cell phone. Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna melt this car real quick. What the? Hey, just to let you know, the sheriff is a way better shot than that weird kidnapper guy was. She actually hits what she aims at. Yeah, I'm glad that Patikin gets to see a little bit of Alan Wake. It's an interesting game. A little on the odd side.
Far enough.
My favorite part about this section so far is that I don't need to put any effort into shooting at all. As soon as I shine the light, the sheriff with infinite ammo just takes the characters out. All right, if we can get more than 3 seconds without some dialogue, I would also like to call out the fact that apparently tonight, Feecrest will be starting up his long-awaited stream, which we are calling Assassin's Fee. He is an infamous and unapologetic hater of the Assassin's Creed franchise, and therefore he has agreed to play all of the Assassin's Creed games, which I am looking forward to. And he will be doing that over at twitch.tv/Feecrest. That's Feecrest. Now, this was prominently featured in the intro, so I'm wondering if we're going to go into the diner. Nope. Well, she's over there. I'm going to go into the diner. Okay. Well, that was worth it. By the way, when it says hold down B to switch flashlights, they mean for like 8 seconds. It's not like Destiny or whatever, where it's like 1 or 2 seconds just to make sure you're not making a mistake. No, they really mean hold it down. Alan Wake puts some consideration.
I'm gonna want explanations, you know. For example, what the hell happened to Rose? She's seriously messed up now.
The same thing I think happened to me after I arrived.
During this week, you can't remember?
Oh, I remember now.
Oh, I guess she doesn't have any follow-up questions about his recovered memories. Oh, wait, manuscript page.
Barry was in his element, making calls, making things happen, even if he didn't entirely know what those things were. He wouldn't let the hot sheriff chick down. Even if every noise he heard from outside, and he heard plenty, made him jump. He had only paused to text Al a message, told him to hurry up. Suddenly, Barry froze in mid-dial. A window broke somewhere in the building, and then the lights went out.
There's a Futurama episode about... Okay, I am full up on ammo, yes. There's a Futurama episode about basically a threat that can only be contained in a narrative. And in retrospect, it was weirdly prescient of me to start bringing up New Nightmare. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That is a... follow. That is a weird and, like, it's just a movie that I have a lot of appreciation for, despite some of its missed potential, I think. Okay. Getting that revolver ammo would be a big waste, so I'm going to leave that just in case we fire off a handful of more shots. Only 2 bullets so far.
You have the right to
Oh man, I really want the big guy. Nope. Yeah, see, we're gonna make proper use of that ammo in just a second. All right, Sheriff, chill out for a second. Of all things, I was actually just recently listening to it was like a podcast or something, where somebody referenced that Resident Evil game that has this multiplayer mode, and we're going to use multiplayer a little bit loosely, where one player holds the flashlight and the other person plays the game. Oh, you know what? It was the Quarter to Three Games podcast, now that I think about it. Boy, that is a weird idea. Yeah,
Wait, over here! There's
okay,
light.
So there's a few different ideas, but let me follow the sheriff first. Wait, let me look around here.
Watch my back, wait.
Okay, I bet she's going to take 3 minutes to use this key.
It's an ambush.
They're coming from behind the cardboard truck. So while I'm just waiting for an opportunity to shoot this man in the head, I will say that during our last episode, I think I made reference to the fact that I'd seen online that you can get better stability out of Destiny 2 in DirectX 12 mode if you modify the compatibility settings, and I had a brief chance to try it, maybe about 30-40 minutes, and during that time, it did not crash. Now, that is not a long enough time to be sure, and, you know, who knows, but it was running around doing open world stuff, so it seemed pretty reliable. Seemed promising, I guess I should say. Okay, she can go unlock the gate. Let me take a quick run around because we used some ammo there. Yep, and we got a thermos down here.
Let's go, Wade.
Yeah, Patikin's saying that DirectX 12 runs fine up to about the 2-hour mark. Yeah, and my little test there was not 2 hours by any means. It was slightly less than an hour, 40, 45 minutes, somewhere in there. So I will look forward to an opportunity to look into a little bit more. Specifically, it was going into the properties and undoing the DPI scaling and... what was it? Undoing the full screen optimizations. So we'll see if that goes. I don't want to sound the all clear bell on that just yet. All right, Sheriff, let's do it. I do not want to pause and find out, at least not right now, but I wonder if there's like a listing of how many thermoses you found out of how many there were to find by this point. Part of me really likes that aspect where you like finish a level in a game. It's like, oh, you found 4 out of 9 thermoses, but then there's the other part that's like, well, now I just feel real bad because I only ever find 4 of 9.
Box here, but you should be able to jury rig it while I find the keys.
I already got electrocuted once today. How about I look for the keys and you get burned for a change?
Fine. They should be in the clerk's office on the other side of the building near the main entrance.
Okay, well, we'll go look for the keys after this quick manuscript break.
The darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's face was furious. The story in the manuscript had been making it stronger all the time, but now the light had set the writer free and hurt it, weakened it. It was only a matter of days before the dark presence would be strong again, but meanwhile, it would be difficult to recapture the writer.
Yeah, Fox Eyes is mentioning that...
The keys aren't upstairs, Wake.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm just gonna take a quick look.
Freedom. A fusion of vigilance, conscience, and uncompromising clarity.
I don't want to talk over this spooky door here.
A need so fundamental, it permeates our very being. And yet, a man may be brought to his knees in the same...
Boy, that guy, he was so convinced. He told all his shadow buddies, no, for real, I'm going to wait up on the roof. And just in case Alan Wake goes against everything that he's told, I'm going to jump down and get him. 2 bullets to the head. Oh, wait, don't. Okay, I don't want to waste my flares until we're up against a big crew or a big guy. I don't remember where I left off. Hopefully at some point, Fox Eyes, Feecrest Eye, and, you know, no promises here, but we might be able to scrounge together a fourth. Hint, hint. Might be doing some Division 2 streams. They'd probably be... Oh, hold on. Phone call.
The message was from Barry. He was getting worried at the station. He wanted us to hurry.
Well, Barry's just gonna have to... Hold on a second. Little bullet time effect that you get when you down a major enemy is just, it's so satisfying.
Stranger things can happen in Night Springs.
Hello to Feecrest as well. We were actually just talking about your inaugural switch to hunting rifle. Well, wait a second. I've got 5 hunting rifle shots or 16 shotgun shells. And yes, I know there's some ammo here, but I'll continue to use the shotgun. I like engaging these guys at close range. Thermos. Let's make a pact that at the end of this episode, I'll try to see if there's like a list of thermoses found so far screen. Alright, we've checked all the areas over here. Let's go into the clerk's office. Yes, thank you. Lantern.
Okay, Sheriff, I got the keys.
Barry?
Why isn't he inside?
Oh God! Oh God!
Barry! Look out! Barry, move! Barry!
He made it inside, Wake. He's okay. The storefront's blocked. Come on, Wake. Let's go around. We can meet him in the back.
Within this rich fiction, what other things has this sheriff witnessed that she just is like, oh, huh. Levitating school bus almost crushes man. Oh well, he's probably fine. It's not recorded when Bright Falls was first formed as a nameless trading post, but it became a town when the Bright Falls Mining Company started to operate nearby in 1878. It was then that Hubert Biltmore, a fur trapper, and Amos Gunderson, a pioneer from Tacoma, decided to build a post office, saloon, and hotel, all operating from the same building. It was through the efforts of these two men that Bright Falls became the permanent and thriving town it is today. Presumably them. Well, they really killed that deer. Okay, nope. It's a really good opportunity to... I'm not going to acknowledge that super cool explosion. It would ruin my mystique. I feel like at some point I lost the ability to see the manuscript pages. If anybody sees one, feel free to call it out.
We can make it through the bookstore. Wheeler should be waiting for us in the backyard.
Keep the hell down or I'll call the sheriff.
Oh, hi, Doc. I've got it. Don't worry about it.
Sarah, about time somebody showed up. All the shooting in the air is idiotic. One of these days they'll kill somebody. And over Deerfest.
I know. Go back to bed. He's got a point, Wake. Look, this town can't take this.
It's me they want. The sooner I get out of here, the sooner you can all get back to life as usual.
I hope you're right. Come on, let me get this door open.
Wait, you got the keys to the bookstore?
Perks of being the sheriff. A girl needs to get around. They're really taking advantage of your presence here, Wake. I heard they're selling a lot of your Alex Casey books.
Right now, I'm not a big fan of my own writing. Cynthia Weaver worked hard, following her obsessive rituals, sometimes fighting them, always giving in to them in the end. She haunted the halls of Bright Falls' abandoned power plant. She marked her caches with light-sensitive paint that could only be seen by eyes that had been touched by darkness and saved by light like she'd been. She was preparing defenses and supply lines for the war she knew would come. The war between the forces of light and darkness.
I will follow her in just a second. Let's go find out what's upstairs in the kids' corner. Wait, that's not a sentence I should say. There must be some reason for this area. Why is this here? Really? There's nothing here. There's no television, there's no thermos, there's no manuscript pages. Wow. They just designed an upper floor to this that has nothing in it. And you know right now someone is screaming like, no, the book, The Tech War is there by William Shatner. You've got to buy a copy. But no. All right. Wait, there was nothing behind the counter. No, okay.
I don't see Barry.
Look! Wake! Maybe that's him. That's the way to the chopper.
I think the sheriff is my favorite voice actor performance so far because she's so disinterested. Or like she's like oddly enthusiastic. Yeah, disinterested is not correct. She is what is breathing? Hold on a second. You guys hear that? Is Audrey 2 in here? What is that sound? Okay. I don't know. Boy, that's a weird sound. Okay. Wait, come on! The chopper's this way! I bet your friend is still alive! You know, she sounds like a Sonic the Hedgehog character. Like this weird enthusiasm in a situation where the character should be like, you know, kind of irritated that all their animal friends are being locked away inside the cold robotic bodies. But they're just like, I don't know, having a good time. Hey guys, let's do it! Let's beat up Dr. Robotnik for the 5th time! Alright, we are full on batteries. Is there anything? Nope. Nope. Okay. One of my gaming hallmarks is checking areas extremely thoroughly and finding 1/3 of what there is to find. And nothing in there, and we couldn't get in there even if I wanted. I'm still gonna use the shotgun. I keep saying that, though we have fired no shells. Cartridges? Boy, now I'm suddenly... It's shotgun shells, and... Wait, what are... No, okay, the cartridges are what hold the shells. Okay.
I'm gonna give Pastor Howard a piece of my mind about this lock. Ugh, I told him to get it fixed.
Here they come.
Let's take a break.
Okay, I just got an achievement. 2 for the price of 1.
Where the hell did that freak go?
Free fatty acids are good for your heart.
Oh no, we got two of the super fast ones, and also I dodged into that guy. Hold on. Ow. Ow. Hold on. I swear to God, I hit dodge like 4 times there, and Alan just didn't do it. He was too busy being staggered by the... Uh-oh. Yeah, hold on. Let's start this up. Grab some supplies. Pick up lantern. Okay.
I'm gonna give Pastor Howard a piece of my mind about this lock. Ugh, I told him to get it fixed.
Here they come.
Let's take a break.
Now, what I was fumbling at last time this happened is I was trying to get a flashbang out because I think it'd be really helpful against the super quick guys. Jeez, hold on. Okay, we can't afford any more of that. Yo, Sheriff, do you see him? Boy, that 3-hit combo, that is brutal. Okay, even with only 7 shotgun shots left, I'm gonna hold on to that. And I made it through that with no battery usage, so we're gonna have to leave behind those energizers.
It's open. Let's go, Wake.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
We keep them lit all night long on the night before Deerfest.
Why?
Well, it's tradition.
All of the people that we're shooting, do you think that the sheriff knows them, like from around town, or are they just faceless strangers to her?
For it to be free, the Dark Presence needed the writer to finish the story. Again and again, the story let it get frustratingly close to the writer without letting it capture him. It was bound by the events depicted in the manuscript, but it could pursue the writer indirectly, put others on the task, and stop those who would help him. It took over everything in its path, made them its puppets, and sent them after Alan Wake.
Okay, so the sheriff is going to turn against us, is what I learned from that manuscript page.
We'll have to go through the basement to get to the parking lot.
Yeah, there's no way going through the crypt will turn out to be a bad idea.
Oh, wait. Let me reload that. No, reload. X to reload. There we go. Just keep a flare handy in your gun. Incidentally, if anyone in chat and I are ever like stuck in a situation where we need to use a flare gun to signal for help, you shoot the flare. Because I'm just letting you know in advance, there's a 100% chance that I would fire a flare directly into a tree, into the water, into my own mouth. Like, it's not going to work out for me. You need to be the one to pull the trigger. If my survival relies on my ability to, like, contact someone for help via, like, a brightly lit incendiary, it's going to wind up inside a trash can, and no one will be able to see it.
Guess that one saw the light, huh? You didn't like that one? A tough audience. Well, I got plenty more.
What are the Christmas lights for?
Protection, man! Like garlic against vampires?
Vampires.
The helicopter's just across the parking lot and up the hill. Come on!
Barry is like the stupidest genius in the world. You know, at some point, like in the writer's room, they were like, what if we have a scene where Alan Wake puts on a bunch of Christmas lights and it's like armor? What if that's our armor system? And after that person was fired, then they wrote the character of Barry. Also, the person who invented that idea was named Barry.
The Bright Falls General Store is now my favorite place in the entire world. See this headlamp? It's like a superpower. I can just look at one of those things and they die. It's my flaming eye of Mordor. I wish I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Hey, I want a headlamp.
Last one.
Alice had screamed until she had no voice left to scream. Around her, the darkness was alive. It was cold and wet and malevolent and without end. She was a prisoner, trapped in the dark place. The terror would have burned her mind out, but one thing made her hang on. She could sense Alan in the dark. She could hear him. She could see the words he was writing as flickering shadows. He sensed her too. He was trying to work his way to her.
Bastard.
When someone throws a damn school bus at your head and you're about to take a helicopter ride with someone who may or may not have a pilot's license, you're cleared for departure to Night Springs. No offense, Sheriff.
You know, a visual effect that's only just now occurring to me is happening a lot. It's when the darkness seems to, like, congeal in the air. It's actually really well done. And it's a very effective, like, danger is close. Okay, I want to get all these guys together and do a nice flashbang. Oh, that did not hit near enough of them.
The helicopter's just up ahead. I'll need a while to prep for takeoff.
Don't take too long. I want to get out of here.
Pre-flight checks are one of those things that I don't feel are properly addressed in a lot of movies and video games, probably because it would be really boring. But I have a friend who is a professional helicopter pilot. He flies medical evac for various companies, particularly in the Northeast. And when I say various companies, it sort of depends on the time of year where he works, because he moves around a lot. But let me tell you something. You do not want to get into a helicopter that has not had its pre-flight checks. Or a little puddle jumper, or a 737, or any other thing. Like, there's a lot of moving parts there, and any one of them goes wrong, and you're not going to live to tell about it. This is my boring air safety reminder to always check your propellers. Alright, you guys hang out here. I'm going to go just bang on this door. Nope. Oh, they're not doing anything. Hey, buddy, come over here to this light. Yep, thank you. Oh, crap. Hitting me in the back of the head, that is a good strategy. Oh, no! Boo! Boy, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tempted to reload that checkpoint. I wasted a flare, like a flare gun. Oops. I don't know where that came from. Oh, the radio tower came down. Okay. Interesting side effect of this flare that I think is well done is that it blinds the enemies, but it also kind of blinds Alan Wake. Like, you've got to move a bit outside its area of effect in order to be able to see yourself. Otherwise, you're firing into a red smear. Okay, remember when I said about the importance of pre-flight checks? This might be a time where I'm willing to skip it. Sheriff, how you doing? Wait, I need these flashbangs. Okay, let's do it.
crazy lady, Al. I hope you're right about her, or we can kiss this town goodbye.
Like this.
Right. The city's a war zone. King Kong, mutant alligators, and Alex Casey shoots the place up every weekend. Look, I never even carried a gun until a couple of days ago.
Well, my dad used to be a cop there. Tells some pretty wild stories.
Stuff like this?
No, just normal bad stuff. Kinda like your books, Wake. I used to tease Dad that he was just like Alex Casey.
You've read me.
Oh, sure. You're a pretty good writer. A little heavy on the metaphors, maybe.
Nobody's ever said that before.
We're coming up on the power plant. See the lit building over there? And that's the dam further up the river. I can't land here. I'll take her down the road across the river.
Just get me there, Sheriff.
Now, one thing I don't want to do is, like, fire any bullets into the birds. Like, it's like shooting at a swarm of bees. You know, whatever you're going to hit isn't going to be worth the bullet that you fired. You can just immolate enough of them with my super bright flashlight. Oh, man, Alan Wake dropped all his guns in the chopper. Okay, well, got a big-ass box of choppers. Sorry, big-ass box of bullets here at the power station. You know, just in case. So now I'm gonna just fire into that flock wildly. Okay, go up now. Oh. Thank you for the heads-up camera. That was real nice. Ah! Ow. I'm gonna get jumped from behind. Damn it. Okay. Box of choppers. That would be a great, like, Alice in Chains song. So I've never seen the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I've seen reviews of them. I've heard critiques of them, but I've never watched them myself. And that suddenly comes up because somebody on YouTube almost exactly 1 year ago put together a fan edit, and this is the description in the video. Okay, so I've never seen it, but according to this, it's a fan edit that combines Rob Zombie's first and second Halloween movies into one movie, and quote unquote removes all the hillbilly stuff that was forced in there. It's made by Cole Edits. I am really failing at this section, so I apologize. And the reason I bring it up suddenly is because I watched like the first, I don't know, 15 minutes of this thing just because I was curious. Man, there must have been a lot of stuff that this person considered to be hillbilly stuff, because as near as I can tell, the first like 40 minutes of the film is basically reduced to a pre-credit sequence. Maybe I want to take this guy out first. Damn it. The trouble is, having not seen, you know, the original Rob Zombie thing, I'm not entirely sure what's changed. I thought that some of the cuts were and edits were really noticeable. Like when you see characters not like their lips are moving, but there's no dialogue because it's just been sort of roughly replaced by a soundtrack, by a musical score that kind of stands out. But I guess the creator didn't feel like he could cut around some of these moments. It's a little bit odd, but it's an interesting experiment. It's a little bit like when you see people take Night Trap, you know, that video game Night Trap, and cut it into a movie. I love watching those because I think that a lot of them are very, very poorly considered, but it's interesting that people want to give it a try, that when presented with a whole bunch of video clips that are presented in semi-chronological order, but not quite, like they don't quite lock together properly a lot of the time, people will try out their editing skills to see if they can fake it together. Let's see, up here, yes.
And here's a new song from a band that they always remind me of. I guess it's just... There's Bullets of the Fall, their latest single.
Come on. Thank you, God. At least once in the game, I was able to make use of one of those propane tanks the way God intended. Well, I need my tunes.
And here's a new song from a band that they always remind me of all those little rock legends, the old gods. Those things. Anyway, here's Poets of the Fall and the latest single.
No, thank you, sir. I'm gonna need a bigger flare. Oh, no! Wait, I don't have a flare gun. I don't know where it went. Probably left it in the chopper. I feel real dumb about saving all those flares for a situation like this. It is possible that I'm not intended to stay in this dumb warehouse and try to fight all these guys. But then again, every time Alan Wake tries to run away, he just gets winded and bored. Wait, where's the coffee thermos? Okay, so Feecrest is noting that Assassin's Fee will probably start a little bit later than 8 for him. Let me get this.
And here's a new song from a band that...
I will say this, I appreciate that the enemies don't, like... They're all doing their own thing. If they don't see that one of their buddies is attacking and then arbitrarily decide that they're going to... Wow, I really took that sledgehammer or axe? What is that? Shovel. They will all come in and attack you or Alan all at once when appropriate. You gotta appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna go get that thermos before I forget. Okay. Yeah, turns out, whoa! Okay, well then I'm just gonna go back to this pool of light, because I don't care what else was in there. Now, if I go to the other side, are they gonna be able to chase after me? No? I hope not.
The power plant glowed in the night. It was close, but I had to find a way across.
While Alan is thinking about finding his way across, I would like to direct your attention to a couple charities that I think are very much worth your time, especially as we approach the holiday season. The Sunny Panda is raising money for the Save the Children Foundation. He has met his goal, but we have been encouraging people to continue donating because, first of all, it is a worthy cause, and secondly, I think that if we could actually double his original goal, his original goal, that it would really mean a lot to him, and it would certainly mean a lot to the kids. The original goal was 500, but if we can get him up to 1,000, I think that that would be a real victory and give him an opportunity to shoot for something even higher next time. So I hope that you will consider donating to him, and you can do that with all the links available at twitch.tv/thesunnypanda. Okay, so that was a message from the game. Don't touch the dangling, sparking power lines. Because that guy went super zap. The other charity that I would encourage you to take a look at is that twitch.tv/morethanamia continues her month-long charity streams. She streams throughout the week, but you can donate at any time to the Bay State Children's Medical Center in... I think it's Boston, Massachusetts. You can get all the details at her Twitch channel right here at twitch.tv/morethanamia. And that will continue on, I believe into January. Alright. I don't expect to have a lot of opportunities to knock these guys into power. Oh, that's off. Turn it on. Yeah. Okay, well we took... There we go. Oh no. Whatever will... Damn it. Hold on, I can't be ironic here. Oh, I didn't quite make it. Okay. That pool of light that you can switch on over their heads seems super useful, but Alan is such a weak-kneed runner. God, the Bright Falls power plant. Or the best thing is that this is Alan Wake's impression of what a power plant would be, because he's the one who wrote this section of the story. So apparently he thinks that power plants are just bristling with low-hanging, poorly insulated wires at all times. Alright, you come on down here, because I don't feel like shooting you when I can just do this. Yeah! Hey, Plusma, how you doing? We are making our way through the Bright Falls power plant. A little bit slowly, because Alan Wake has access to an instant death trap that the enemies fall for. No! Oh, okay, wait. Sorry, I thought the manuscript page was between the wires, but it is not.
Making her way through the water pipe alone, Cynthia was angry at the writer. Foolish young man, taking unnecessary risks. And the way he broke the rules. Didn't he understand what was at stake? Since the terrible days in the 70s, she hadn't wavered once, as hard as it had been. She was tired of protecting the town all these long years, and now only wanted to rest.
Making her way through the water pipe alone. Boy, Cynthia's busy with a very different adventure than what Alan Wake is doing. Okay, we are at the full 20 batteries, so I need to let go of my natural hesitation to ever spend any spendables at all. Oh, Alan, pull yourself up over the fence, buddy. Nope, can't get that thermos from here. Huh. Okay, I can't back up too much more, so... That's good. Plusma has found a new mouse to buy soon. I would love to know from someone who is not actively hawking a piece of hardware, like, is not actively a spokesperson, those mice that are advertised as being high DPI, like they're more sensitive, they're more accurate, do those actually make a difference? Because I gotta confess that there are times when I am playing something like The Division or, you know, Destiny or whatever, that it really does feel like I should be able to have a more granular level of precision in the mouse movements, and just don't. Okay, hey, Feecrest is saying yes, they do. I'll have to keep an eye out for that the next time that I encounter a nice hardware sale. Speaking of sales, by the way, so... well, hold on.
The story I had written in the cabin had come true. Touched by the dark presence, I had written a horror story, but the end was still missing. The story was incomplete, and the last unfinished page of the manuscript still sat in the typewriter in the cabin study. If I could get back there, if I could read the page, then I could write my own ending to this story and save Alice.
As of the time of this statement right now, the Steam... oh, I guess we don't need to go up there. The Steam holiday sale is live right now. Very deep discounts on anything that you care to buy. Normally, we use that as an opportunity to pick up DLC for games that have been bought earlier in the year. For example, at the Epic Games Store, a slightly different topic, but at the Epic Games Store, you can get like the Division 2 or the DLC for the Division 2, the Year 1 Pass, and all that stuff is super cheap. So I really like these sales. I am backtracking, but that's because I I wasn't sure if this was the way to go or if it was just that the thermos was over there. Nope, that is the way to go. I apologize. I also tried to buy a Steam controller during the last Steam sale when they were like $5, but apparently Steam oversold them and we wound up getting refunded. I will cry 0 tears for that just because it was just sort of an idle curiosity. I figured for $5 it was probably worthwhile. But to be told not to get one, that's fine. Pluzma's saying they're really good. What I've heard about it is that it is legitimately, the Steam controller was legitimately a controller that could be used to play like Civilization 6, or like it was a reasonable replacement for a mouse and keyboard in the right circumstances. Not necessarily for Twitch gaming, like, you know, fast reflex gaming rather, but for something like Civilization, Stellaris, you know, Civilization Beyond Earth or Sid Meier's Beyond Earth. Not that anybody except my producer has ever played that. For that sort of 4X strategy game, the Steam controller was allegedly good. So it would have been nice to get one, but it was not to be. Yes, flare gun. Oh, I love the flare gun. Oh, we're rotating the bridge. Okay. I wasn't sure what we had just accomplished, but it's become apparent. Wait, the flare gun is loaded. Yes, okay. Now, one thing that... Oh, I was going to say very quickly about the Epic Games sale. It's kind of interesting the way that it's put together, in that you can get a $10 coupon, and if you buy something that is $15 or more, you will get another coupon. So, depending on what you're interested in getting... So, should I burn a flare on this bird attack? Not sure. So ideally what you'd want to do if there were multiple things that you wanted, and at least some of them were going to be more than $15, you'd want to use that $10 coupon to bring the cost of something expensive down as much as possible, but just above the $15 threshold, so that you can get a coupon when you buy it and, you know, continue to plumb that system until you have everything that you want. Also, this bridge has been rotating for a while during the bird attack, so I'm not sure which way I've already been. Okay, that's where I've already been. So, rather than try to run across and not make it in time, I'm just going to hang out here and we will exit the bridge at the next opportunity. Boy, this game, the fog especially really does look sharp.
butterflies or butterflies that dream of being men. Such philosophical concerns.
We managed to lose the flock. You're almost at the power plant. Keep going. We'll give you support.
Oh, with the spotlight. That's cool. Oh, and hey, for people who are interested who might not know, as of the time of this recording, this is not going to help you in... Hold on. Okay. Sorry. I was really trying to get the flare gun out. They were all grouped together. They were all weakened. Probably could have taken out the crew. This time I know what's coming up. Come on, assholes. What I was going to say is that if you haven't been watching this live, at the Epic Games Store, Into the Breach is currently free, and my understanding is that that is going to be free for 1 day, today. So if you have ever been interested in that quasi-puzzle game, the pixel art-based game about giant robots punching giant bugs while time traveling. I mean, the premise sounds cool. I'll give it that. But that is free right now in the Epic Games Store. I need another flare really badly. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go my way. All right, hey, Patikin, have a great night. Thank you very much for the stream earlier. I really had a good time watching Red Dead Redemption. That kind of daily challenge thing is the sort of thing that I could very easily fall into for a very long time. Okay, we gotta get out of here. But anyway, have a great night, and hopefully we'll be able to watch some more streams tomorrow, and if not, I hope to see you on the weekend. Patikin had a chance to join the More Than a Mia crew this past Tuesday for some Killing Floor 2, which was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed having him join. He is a very, very good Killing Floor 2 player and was able to walk us through one of the objective modes. Boy, I was so tired at the end of that. We did pass that objective mode, didn't we? On hard or whatever? I'm reasonably sure that we did. And it was some tight going there for a moment. The modes that we usually play is find a defensible position and then, you know, defend it. I swear to God. Alan, oh man. Wait, can I get that? Yes, revolver ammo. I should probably learn to have the flare gun equipped just in case I get super swarmed like this. And then if I don't need it, I can always switch off to something else. Okay, let's try not to burn this flare.
I recognized the logo on the power plant sign. I'd seen a version of it painted all over the area, signifying hidden caches of supplies.
I'm not gonna lie, if Alan Wake had not just pointed that out, I'm not sure that I would have picked up on it. In fact, I really don't think I would have, because I wouldn't have examined the sign. That's a nice detail. Wait, what was over here that the safe haven... We couldn't have come from over there, could we?
Hold it right there!
Miss Weaver, Cynthia, I'm a friend.
Prove it!
You knew Zane, Thomas Zane. You're the Lady of the Light in the song. You can help me.
About time. Young man, I've been waiting a very long time for you.
It's in the well-lit room.
Excuse me?
What you need to drive the darkness back. The well-lit room is at the dam. I built the room to keep it safe.
Will it help me find Alice? Will it get me back to the cabin? Fine, let's go. I can get my friends to come back with the helicopter.
Pluzma is saying that we should check out the Uncharted series. Yeah, Uncharted is great. I like the Uncharted games that other people don't like, including...
Outside, never at night. That's rule number 1. You've been breaking the rules, young man, and where has that gotten us, Oh, I have a secret route, a lit route, an old water pipe.
Okay.
Something was damaged at the transformer yard. It's draining all the reserve power. Without it, the pipe will go dark. The power to the yard must be cut.
Sorry, she is expositing towards me. I miss you, Tom.
Let me guess. You want me to do it?
Young man, you're the one who likes to break the rules. I can't be outside in the dark. The kill switch is outside.
For reasons that, frankly, mystify me, Uncharted 3 was not very well received. I know a number of people who enjoyed 1 and adored 2, who thought that Uncharted 3 was not a good game. I don't know what they are reacting to. Son of a... I knew that was going to happen. That's why you don't walk around with a frickin' flare gun. Get distracted telling a story about Uncharted, and next thing you know, you've got your smart bomb that just gets wax killing one guy. Yeah, I don't want to dive into like a deep breakdown of the Uncharted games, but yeah, without any spoilers, I think they're great. I think that the Uncharted games are a benchmark for how motion capture performances should be done, because in all of the Uncharted games,
Weaver sent me to cut the power to the transformer yard.
Hold on.
I was willing to do grunt work for her to get her to help me. I hoped Weaver was dependable. I'd stumbled into this crazy world a little over a week ago. She had been living this insanity for decades.
For anyone who doesn't know, the Uncharted games are made by getting the voice actors into the motion capture suits, and they actually physically perform their characters like they're on stage. And that's how they interact with one another. Like all of the motions that you see where they're like picking up a cup. Hold on.
That would cut the power to the transformer yard. Now I had to find a way to reach it.
And the thing is, they feel it. There's a sense to them that they feel. Wait, read. Hold on. To be operated by authorized.
If I could figure out the gates, I could use them to get to the kill switch.
Alan, take a breath. We're working it out. There's a... What's the phrase that I want to think of? There's an immediacy, there's a physicality to the cutscenes and the interactions in the Uncharted games, all of them, that I think that a lot of other games could learn from, and I think that it's the effort that they put into having the voice actors also do the motion capture, physically talking to and interacting with each other, handing things to one another. I think that it is extremely well done. I'm never good at these puzzles, by the way. So yeah, I think the Uncharted games are great, and I really like the relationships that are built up over the 4 games. Well, 5 if you count the Lost Legacy. Am I remembering the name of that one correctly? That's the one that I think is likely to happen on stream at some point.
Who designs these things?
Oh, this is gonna go well.
The transformer yard went dark and dead. Weaver's water pipe passage should now be good to go.
And that's the thing. I would just like to lean in here to say, they keep talking about making an Uncharted movie, and like, oh, who is gonna play Drake, and who's gonna play Elena and all this stuff. Gosh, if only they had professional actors with a decade of experience playing those characters. I don't understand it. Why, when they made a Tomb Raider movie, I mean, I guess I kind of understood it. In retrospect, hold on. But like, when they announced a Tomb Raider movie, and the idea that they were not going to have Camilla Luddington playing Lara Croft, like, it was just baffling to me. Hold on, we're not going to burn a flare on this guy. Oh, I think Pluzma is saying that they didn't even know about the Lost Legacy. Yeah, there is a 5th Uncharted game. And the fact that Pluzma, like, may not have heard of it is sadly unsurprising. I feel like the Lost Legacy was just sort of, like, released, and they really didn't expose... There was, like, no advertising for it at all. It was just like, oh, by the way, here's an Uncharted game, and it reviewed well. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. I don't like this. See, that was me dodging, by the way. I'm not liking my odds. Let's get the shotgun out. It's kind of like, hey everyone, did you know Shenmue 3 came out? That's an actual game that you can buy. Considering all the hoopla that there was about that game, the fact that it was just sort of like quietly shoved out onto store shelves is amazing to me. Like, that was one of the biggest Kickstarter games of the year that it came out. They had a floor show, or like a floor plea stage show, stage presence at Sony that year. Please come to our Kickstarter. They got all of this additional funding from people. It seemed like Shenmue 3 was going to be such a big phenomenon, and then when it actually came out, it was like just sort of pushed onto store shelves.
This way, young man. Follow me. Come, the pipe's empty now. We're ready to go.
Hold on 1 second. I want to answer Pluzma, but I also want to hear the
both, Tom and
dialogue.
Barbara. I had such a crush on him. Such a beautiful man. I was jealous. There was a part of me that was maybe a little glad when she had the accident. And then Tom started writing and woke the darkness up. He tried to bring her back, but you can't do that. There are no free rides like that.
I'm starting to realize that.
In that case, young man, perhaps you're a smarter man than Tom was. The witch looked like her, but it wasn't. Barbara was sweet. He didn't understand until it was too late. He tried to undo it, wrote himself, her, everything he'd ever written out of the world. Oh, he was so famous. And afterward, no one knew. Oh, Tom. He left only one thing behind in case it happened again. Insurance. He trusted me. Or perhaps used me a little. Tom knew how I felt. Knew I wouldn't refuse him. I built the well-lit room and put it there. It's been waiting for you. We are characters trapped in a story you have written. And none of us will survive to see the end of it if the darkness isn't stopped. She'll twist the story to her own dark ends.
How do you know all this?
Tom, that's the way he wrote it. He still talks to me in television, from beyond, from below. We have both been touched by the darkness, young man. He saved us both with light, but the darkness stays with you. Leaves a stain.
This pipe will take us directly to the well-lit room.
Okay, I need to call my friends, tell them where we're going.
Hello? Al!
Barry, we're headed to the dam in one of the pipes. Meet us there.
Okay, I'll tell Sarah.
It's Sarah now?
Whoa! No! Sweet little...
Barry! Barry! We gotta go see if they're okay.
They're probably dead. You must reach the well-lit room. This is no time to be a selfish idiot.
That's my best friend.
I legitimately thought he was going to say, "That's my personality." Selfish idiot.
Well, be a fool. I'll use the pipe. I'll meet you at the dam if you make it.
At least I didn't have to worry about her. She knew how to stay safe.
So Pluzma had asked, that he sees that we do 1 to 2 hour streams. Is that the time allotted for streaming? It depends a little bit. Alan Wake has proven extremely amenable to trying to do 1 chapter of the story per episode of the stream. So since the first 2 or 3 went that way... Oh, wait, I need to watch
Sarah
this.
was almost starting to relax. Maybe they could turn this into a win yet. Suddenly, there was a piercing sound, like a table saw gone wild, as 100 birds made out of shadows swarmed into the rotor. The chopper bucked wildly and the board lit up, telling her what she already knew. They were going down. Barry Wheeler screamed next to her.
Oh. Yeah, the longest streams that I think we've ever done on the channel were for Astroneer, because that game just made the hands on the clock spin. I would finish an Astroneer stream and be amazed that it had been so many hours. There's just something about that game that it just felt like no time at all was passing. Normally, I'd say that, you probably look through our videos, but yeah, most of them are going to be around 2 hours. There's a very long period of time where I, in particular, I was really dedicated to trying to keep our episodes to as close to 1 hour as possible, because I figured like that was a good amount of time for people to watch in the archive. But what we've discovered here on Twitch, at least in our own little prism of streaming... Can I navigate this law, do you think? what I found is that people tend to respond well to longer streams. They like having something they can put on and sort of keep in the background and be at least intermittently entertained by. So, over time, our streams have become a little bit more freeform. Okay, I'm going to see if we can cross... We've got a log here that takes us to where the chopper is, but then we've got a much more prominent log over here. Let's see what's up here. Yes, we did... Oh, that's just a shortcut. Yeah, we took the long way down. Okay, take the log back up. I did not see this before. Yes, we played all the way through God of War 2018. That game was great. Again, we have a hard rule about not spoiling things that we are not currently playing, so I don't want to go too much into it. But yeah, that God of War game, the 2018 game, was extremely well done, and what I liked about it was how frequently it was able to play against my expectations. I'm not sure how I feel about the birds as a, enemy in this. It feels like it just sort of slows things down because you keep the flashlight on them, and it mostly seems to keep them at bay until they get bored and decide that they're gonna go somewhere else.
Sarah!
The crash site looked bad, but as far as I could tell, the wreck was empty.
Pick up flare. Why is there flare here? Pick up flare, gun, ammo. Boy, thank God for this notification on the screen, because I would not have seen those. I was paying attention to just the gorgeous lighting up there on the dam. Yeah, it sounds like Pluzma is looking through our collections tab. I would encourage anybody to do that because my producer puts a lot of effort into collecting all these episodes and giving them nice header images that aren't going to be spoilers but sort of unify things. I believe the common theme for this series so far has been Alan Wake faces, which I enjoy. Okay. Fire the flare! Shoot it! Okay, well, close enough. One bummer, though, is that the collections tab here on Twitch has been broken for quite a while. And I know from talking to Patikin and to Sheer that it's not just our channel. 1 second.
You know when to make an entrance, Wake. We were ready to make like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I have a different ending in mind.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
I knew you'd be all right.
How's that?
The flaming eye of Mordor?
Laugh it up, funny man. Didn't we have somewhere to go?
Weaver will meet us at the dam.
So I agree with Pluzma. I feel like the shotgun is a lot better than the hunting rifle. So I don't really want that hunting rifle. The fact that the game consistently offers it as though it's an upgrade makes me think that I should be like more desirous of the hunting rifle because it's longer range. But the shotgun, you just stick it right up underneath one of those guys' chins and watch their head explode. It's a really satisfying weapon. Okay, there was apparently nothing else down here, but let me just actually take a look. Yeah, so the collections tab on Twitch has been broken for quite some time. What happens is you visit the collections tab, and you scroll down a little bit, and then it just sort of loads a totally random selection of other collections, and it doesn't ever show all of the ones that are available.
Bunch of demon hicks try to take your head off with an axe. You know your helicopter crash landed in Night Springs.
Oh boy, Pluzma is talking about a game that I would very much like to play, which is Dying Light 2.
You see those lights? That's the elevator we need to take.
Okay, we're about to get attacked again. Yeah, Dying Light 2, I really, really enjoyed the first Dying Light. Like, I don't understand why more people don't talk about that game. I feel like people are still talking about Dead Island, despite the fact that it has been completely outclassed by what I consider to be a much, much better product.
It's everywhere! Crap, there's more than one of them!
Nothing moves like that. It's impossible.
Oh, now she's surprised by the shadows.
Al, do something!
You do realize, Sarah, that we fought like 4 of these so far.
How many of them are there? Where'd that one go?
Ah, this can't be happening!
It's cool. Just keep your flashlights on it.
Wait, this is bad. This is really bad.
I can't believe it. This is real. This is real life.
Are we safe?
That was... wow. I think we're okay.
Hey, Al, I got a bad feeling.
Let's keep our eyes open.
Hello to Sunny Panda. Boy, it must be extremely late or possibly extremely early wherever you are, but it's great to see you.
Wait, call the elevator. I'm keeping watch.
I think I hear something moving around.
Call the elevator. I will do it. We're gonna get that flare gun loaded. Nope. And hello to he who dies.
Heads up! Here they come!
Oh no! Oh
no! They're coming!
I gotta say, he who, and, well, Patikin was in earlier. I should have brought this up as well. You guys are killing me that I want to play Red Dead Redemption 2 so much. Like, man, that game looks good. Also, hey, Sunny Panda, actually, you know, this is a great time to mention it again, but we bring up in every episode your charity stream. Hold on, this is going to get really bad. Hey, Sarah, cover your eyes. Yeah, as mentioned a few minutes ago, I hope that everybody will consider checking out Sunny Panda's stream, charity for the Save the Children Foundation. He is doing a month-long stream here in December, and we've been encouraging people to help double his original goal to a full $1,000. If you check out his live streams that tend to happen very early in the day, at least where we are in the East Coast of the United States. Hold on, I really, really, really don't want to die. But there's all sorts of special events you can unlock by donating certain thresholds. Like, I believe every $15 donation, if I'm remembering correctly, gets to choose a specific weapon that Sunny Panda will hunt with.
Al, button.
Okay, thank God.
We're almost there. There's an entrance into the dam at the top. What's the plan, Wake?
Well, Weaver's crazy, but she's got something Zane left behind. Something to fix this.
Gee, could you be a little more vague?
Thomas Zane? Seriously? Might as well be Paul Bunyan or Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, he was real.
Hello to Baby Fox Eyes as well. I'm not sure if this game
Let's be careful, okay?
triggers the
Oh, jeez, I hate this.
sort of the violence caution. Oh, hold on. We need to get a thermos. Oh man, wasn't it fun last night to watch Mia play Octodad? she was so entertained. She had so much fun with that.
Okay, Wake. There's a button over there that opens the door. I think
Oh my
something's
god.
broken. Hold the button down so we can get in.
Hold on, Alan Wake forgot to write a texture into this part of the world. I looked up and saw that part of the dam looked like it was smeared with Vaseline. It reminded me that once I was out of this nightmare, I'd really have to go see the ophthalmologist. Boy. What do you think happened here? Oh my god. Wait, what are we doing? This is opening, yeah? What? Sorry, I got really... Oh, hold B to open. I'm sorry. Hold B to open. I got so distracted by that damn texture that I wasn't looking at my objective anymore.
You guys go ahead and find Weaver. She should be in the dam now. I'll have to make it alone through the top.
Okay, Wake. Good luck. Don't get yourself killed.
Ow! Please, be careful.
I'll take good care of Barry, Wake. You just look after yourself.
Okay, I can't hear you anymore. I'm busy trying to... Okay.
You gotta be kidding me.
So Pluton is saying something rather sad, saying that they haven't laughed in a long time and they don't enjoy games the way that they used to. I'm really sorry to hear that. I have encountered people, you know, over the years who they just sort of lose their enjoyment of gaming. And to me,
Down, boy.
It's been such a center point hobby for so long. It seems really sad to sort of lose that spark that makes gaming so much fun. And if anything, I feel like streaming has enhanced it.
Thomas Zane knew he had to remove all that had made this horror possible, including himself. That was the only way to banish the dark presence he had unleashed and now looked at him through the eyes of his dead love. But he also knew that despite his best efforts, it might someday return. So even as he wrote himself and his work out of existence, he added a loophole as insurance, an exception to the rule. Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain.
Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain. An extra loophole to his story. Have we seen any shoeboxes at any point in our adventure? So I'm trying to deconstruct that shoebox line. That was weird. Yeah, for me, there are certainly times... Oh. There's certainly times when I feel less engaged by... Uh-oh. Hold on. This is gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. There are times when I feel less engaged by games than at other times, and I'll just sort of meander a bit and not have a good sense for what I want to play. But there's always something on the horizon that I'm interested in. For me, I think it's also very helpful to switch up genres. He Who Dies is...
outnumbered. The searchlight could even the odds.
He Who Dies is recommending, you know, step away from competitive gaming. I think that's a really good piece of advice. If you feel like, I'm gonna die here again. Hold on a second. I really just want to fire this flare. Okay. Doing okay? Cool. And yes, I am well aware that Alan Wake had said to use the spotlight here. I'm not going to get to finish this thought. I apologize. Hold on a second. Okay. This is very inventive for sort of a turret sequence. Not really, well, I guess it is a turret sequence. We're not moving, but it still counts. Yeah, here's my tip. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, be it gaming or something else, try to, you know, go outside your comfort zone. If you've been playing a lot of, what's the phrase I'm thinking of, competitive games for a while, try something that's not competitive at all. Try something that's story-based. Try something that's puzzle-based. Try something that's horror-based. Strategy. You know, one of the things that I like about Stellaris, for example, we've never found a way to do a stream of Stellaris, but one thing that I really like about it is the way that every game of Stellaris feels like its own sci-fi story. Hold on. Very loud.
Enough. You will go no further. Stop. Stop now.
Smashed up my... Escape the dark presence. Well, I'm gonna go this way then. So I feel like He Who Dies is making some interesting points, and I'm not gonna have time to read them right now. Oh boy, Alan Wake is winded. Boy, Alan, if you gotta have your adrenaline glands examined, man, because I think most of us would be able to run a 3-minute mile under circumstances like this. James Bond made that look easy. Oh boy. I have a feeling where that's not the last time we're going to pick up that thermos. No! I mean, Pluzma, it's also fair to say maybe step away from gaming altogether for a while. There might be some other hobbies that you find that you really enjoy. If there's, you know, if gaming is not entertainment for you at this time, just because you've had too much of it, it could be that you're looking for like a new, I don't know what to do here. There we go. You know, I would say, is there something else that you've always wanted to do, but either haven't felt like you had the time, or... Hold on, we're gonna get some dialogue here.
You made it. Well done. I'm glad I was wrong. But it was a foolish chance to take. Don't worry about the noise. We're safe here. I have looked after the well-lit room for many, many years now. There is no shadow in the well-lit room. The hour is fail-safe, and all the bulbs are numbered and changed regularly based on their make and model.
Right.
I think we've determined that the reason they haven't made like an Alan Wake 2 is that compact fluorescent bulbs were invented.
North of here. It was active during the Second World War. They operated here back then. They must have built this.
Yes, they did. It's my place now.
Yeah, here's the thing. Any form of entertainment can grow tiresome and rote after a while. Well, hold on a second.
Take it, and I won't need to worry about the room anymore, because 6 and 33 and 118 need changing soon, and I don't want to climb up the ladder to change them because it's very late, and I'm tired. And if you take it, I won't have to do that anymore.
The page was autobiographical, a memory from my childhood. But I didn't write this. It was a page written by Thomas Zane. None of them were supposed to exist anymore.
Alan, 7 years old, would fight sleep to the bitter end. When he did sleep, he soon woke up, screaming, the nightmares fresh in his mind. One evening, his mother, sitting by his bed, offered him an old light switch. She called it the clicker, and flicking the switch would turn on a magical light that would drive the beast away. To imbue the talisman with all possible power, she added that it had been given to her by Alan's father. Alan never knew him, and anything of his took on mythical proportions in his mind. With the clicker firmly in his hand, Alan finally slept like a baby. Now, almost 30 years later, Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
My mind swirled. I'd given the clicker to Alice, yet it was here. Zane had written it into existence in a story I had written. I can get to her now. I can finish this.
God, I'm so bummed that I don't feel like I can let this song play. Yeah. Unfortunately, unless I chatter incessantly during this, we're up for a copyright strike. We've avoided them so far, but the first time it happens, I'm going to be so bummed that we're going to miss part of the dialogue in the game. So skip it is.
Previously on Alan Wake, I wrote a horror story that has come true. Thomas Zane did the same in the 70s.
You will go no further.
If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story. No one will survive.
You knew Zane! Thomas Zane! You're the Lady of the Light in the song!
He left something behind to help me. The clicker.
Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
I can get to her now. I can finish this. Was about to explode and the light hurt my eyes. I needed my sunglasses and painkillers to dull the pain. In one of my finer moments of self-deception, I swore to quit drinking.
Okay, so this is going to be the end of what we stream for today. I think for the purposes of the episode, we'll probably call it here, but I just wanted to wrap things up with Plusman Feecrest. So if you say live, there might be a little bit more. But otherwise, we're going to call it here. Please tune in to twitch.tv/Feecrest, or otherwise check out the archive for the first episode of Assassin's Fee. Otherwise, I hope that you will check out Petiken at Petieken, The Sunny Panda, Tashir Games at Tasherre Games, and He Who Dies, and so many of the other people who we now have linked directly at the bottom of the Twitch channel that you might be watching. Scroll down just a little bit. We went through and added links to everybody's pages and some of their side projects as well, so I hope that you will scroll down and take a look at some of those. Until next time, I hope you have a great evening.